So I know we talked upstairs a little bit, and you mentioned how the last 2 years you've been working more than the last 10 years. How it's been hectic. And you talked about your children. So how can you find that balance now, since work has picked up for you?
Man, I've been blessed to be married to somebody that's my support valve.
There you go.
Nice.
And she allows me to make that balance, man. Without her, I couldn't do the things that I do, So it's a team effort. You guys are all parents, and you know what that better half means. And we got great communication. It's not easy. Because the business that I'm in, I can get a call here in the next 5 minutes and have to figure something else out. So she's been around it enough. Luckily, we're celebrating our 20th anniversary this year.
Congratulations!
And we were together years before that, so she's been around it.
Yeah.
But we're tight. We're really good friends, and she's been that staple. So
nice.
That's what's allowed me to do that. But
she was at Ferris?
Yeah. She's a bulldog. She's a bulldog.
Okay.
Big year for the dog.
Yeah, it was too. It was. Speaking of that, I see you at the Ferris games, and I see you. Speak to that. How is it going, and being an alumni and being on that championship run with the?
It's been awesome, man. I've been fortunate to. Actually got to know Tony through Sparky and coaching at Crescent. I mean, we had the battle with Muskegon. So when I got to meet Tony, Sparky kind of filled him in on who it was, and we hit it off right away. So he's been he took the baton from Coach Pierce, and I think he's just taken it to a different level.
Definitely.
The guy's, I've been around the game a little bit, but I haven't seen anybody like him. He's a dynamic coach, and I learn a lot from him and how he can sustain success. So we have a lot of talks, and we become real close friends, and so it's been fun to be around the program and watch the growth. But it's been fun too to watch the players and get to know some of the players and be a part of the alumni. And I think that's key, right, to any university. It's not just because you were All-American or all this. I think the good programs welcome all alumni.
Exactly.
You served your time here, and you deserve to be a part of the program. And I think that's what he's established there. Is he welcomes. It doesn't matter if a kid was a, special team or whatever. He brings them back on campuses, the campus, and makes them feel part of the program and the success. And that's why you're seeing so much growth and the train's rolling up there. They should have an opportunity to win it again this year, and that's hats off to the what
they got a good thing
we've started, and you guys started, and then these guys are just taking it to a different level. So
Jeff, you guys were the building blocks. They added to it, and then that Anise era just helped realize what you guys started. And how we like to look at it.
Man.
Yeah. Jeff, what about talk about how Smashburger, Kitchen 67, and some of those other entities, how do they tie into what you do?
So Kitchen 67 wasn't part of our group, but we've always wanted to diversify and get involved with other concepts. We learned by them, right? So we've learned from some, and I wouldn't say mistakes. We did the Smashburger brand. It's a great brand. We wanted to take it to a different level and grow a little bit at a larger capacity. And when we got into our third location, it just wasn't one of those that we wanted to put enough effort in to grow at a larger rate. They were great people at the corporation. They've got a great brand. We really fell in love with the brand. But we got to the point where we wanted to take our business and grow at a different level. And it's like one of those things, right, where you buy a car and you think it's going to be the sweetest car, and you get in it, you drive it for a while, and you're like, it's not that great. I'd rather drive this one. And that's kind of what happened with that brand. We've dabbled in some other brands where we've had some partnerships with BlackRock that we're currently in, and we've had some other entities that we've tried that didn't succeed, and you learn through those. So any opportunities that we look that we can advance our career of our team members, you know, if you got capital, it's one thing, but if you don't have the people, that's what makes our business tick. And I couldn't say enough of the people that we have in our organization. It's not just the Brian and Jeff show or the Kent Ward show. We have so many people that are working right now that are way more important than me sitting here on this couch that are delivering to our guests every day. And that's where our success has come from.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is a lot is just about, in your position as entrepreneur, CEO, being the servants of others, servant. So my thing is for you is, what are some qualities in your position that you must have? Like some qualities that you must have to be able to continue to be an entrepreneur? Because you talked about a lot of different things that, you know, you and your brother and your corporation are into. So what are some things that you must have?
To be honest with you, that's a tough question. I think you have to have a little bit of everything. And I've always just had the mindset that I'm going to learn from as many people as I possibly can. There are managers of mine, like I said, that have great qualities that I can learn from. You know, but I think in any leadership position, you have to have the openness to communicate. I think communication's key. You got to let people know how and the reasons why you're delivering certain messages. I think you have to have the openness. You can't be a clock puncher. I think if you're going to be successful in business, you got to understand that there's a sacrifice in your life, in your lifestyle that's you need to be open to your people. And then I also think just being able to share great ideas, right? It's no different than when we practice. I mean, we'd have conversation with CB, what do you think about this? You know what I mean? Hey, when they come out in this formation, give me a play that you would want to run. You know, and I remember Sparky saying, you tell me, CB, what are you going to run? You know what I mean? And that's learning, that's sharing knowledge, right? That's sharing, it's allowing other people that have talent to give them a sense of ownership, you know? Because I think one of the things that when we started to really become successful as an organization is we offered ownership from our team members. And that ownership is not necessarily we did it through profit sharing and not only that, but creating boards where we allowed those people to say, this is something that we feel is wrong with the organization, and we sat there and listened to it. We want you to you work for our organization. How can we get better? You know what I mean? So I think there's many avenues there, but it's just finding good people and surrounding yourself with good people, I think, is a channel to success in anything that you can do. And it's just constantly building that network. So
being a successful business owner, Jeff, I know it takes a lot of your time. What does Jeff Carmody do for fun?
Oh, man. This time of year, that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Water.
On the water, man. I'm a water guy. I love to fish. My brother and I take a few trips a year. We do a lot of saltwater fishing. I love it. That's like a passion of mine.
Okay.
Nice.
Anything outdoors, man. Anything with my kids.
There we go.
You know. But I'm into sports, all sports.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man. That's
winter, you know, on the skis a little bit.
Salt water. What have you grabbed out of the ocean or any saltwater place?
Well, recently, a couple weeks ago, I caught a 13-foot hammerhead shark.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool experience.
Nice.
But that's like a bucket list for me. Is like, it's just what's the next species I can catch.
Okay.
So that's some of the things that I try to wrap my free time around when I do.
That's a good one.
Man. That's nice.
So.
Jeff, you've been instrumental in giving back, and as I said, when we kicked this off, you've been a blessing to myself and my organization, Grand City Sports. We do a lot in the community, and I'm gonna tell you firsthand how your dollars bless people in ways. Sometimes when you guys are writing a check, or if you guys are giving food or whatever it may be, it's blessing and touching lives in ways sometimes the donor doesn't know. You know what I'm saying? And so I
Needs
wanted
to be overlooked.
Exactly. I want you to know that first and foremost. Secondly, giving and philanthropy is huge, but where did your spirit for that come from?
I'd have to say my family upbringing. You know, my parents were always putting people first. My house on the weekends, my dad was a grinder and successful, so we were able to entertain a lot.
Okay.
I mean, my house on a Saturday afternoon was full of kids. My mom cooking tacos for everybody in the neighborhood, and they always just taught that. I mean, they were both. My dad came from my grandpa worked for Detroit Edison. They had a family of 11. Grew up in Detroit, and you know, knew that. Hey, I was there. I know how. I know the challenges that are there for people that can't get out. And when you're blessed as I am, and whether it's you know, health through my health or through my business, anything that I can do to help out the community. You know, and that's one of the things. That's the reason why I coached at Crescent. It wasn't, you know, I told Sparky, I'm not doing this to get paid, man. Put that to somebody else. Give that to somebody else. It's just, this is what I like to do. I enjoy helping out where I can. I would love to be able to, you know, do more of it. It's when you're exposed in this business, everybody's like, yeah, can you help me out here? Can you help me out there? And but our organization, we hang our hats on giving back, and our partners, we believe in that, and you know,
That's amazing.
it's something that we'll continue to do. So
we salute you, man. We appreciate you, and we love you for it. 'Cause like I said, man, the lives you touch, and it's been thousands upon thousands, because we get it in. And like we use sports, but sports was just a hook. We just wanted to reel the kids in. We wanted them to be civic leaders, responsible adults, and advanced learners. But we knew we had to put somebody that looked like them in front of them, that's going to, like, we've been them already. Nothing that the three of us, and if we add you in it, Jeff, nothing that the four of us have done that they're going to try to do what we already done. And so it was important for us to not only be present, be accessible. We want them to be able to reach us, text us, call us, and we stay in the community trying to do something to be visible and active. But your support helped us accomplish that kind of stuff, even if it was from afar. Or like E, I always tell him, like, bro, call Jeff. I'm coming to
Set
be
the wings up for after the camp.
No, it's all good. I mean, it's impressive what you've done. I know I followed you for quite some time, and what you, all three of you guys, have done, you know, with your community efforts, and not only coaching athletics, but just coaching people in life. And you know, I know that you've developed some relationships with friends of mine in the restaurant industry, and they all speak very highly of what you've done in the community, and those are all great things. I mean, I think that's what our country just needs to get better at, right? Is supporting each other and moving in the right direction, and you know, teaching our kids that as well. So, and that's one of the things as a parent that I just, you know, I want to see I want my kids to see me work, right? Because that's something you got to do if you want to.
It's something you got to emulate, so they see it.
Yeah.
Just like these two. We love you, Jeff, but they seen you get it in. They seen you work the front of the house, the back of the house. Like, they seen it, so they don't got no excuse. If your kids see it, and I see you always with them and showing them the way, but when they see it, they can't deny it. Once you see something, oh, my dad worked hard. People say we got nice stuff, but he worked hard for this. Or I always seen him working, taking calls, having to go to a meeting, jumping on a plane for this. Then he come home and spend time with us. I'm saying, so your kids is taking it in. I love your approach to fatherhood and how you're going about it, especially in their era of social media and how prevalent it is versus me and your era.
Right,
Yeah.
outside.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a different
Different
game.